Hi, I'm Brianna.
Hi, I'm Regina.
Welcome to the
Daughter Mama Charmarama. I'm Gen X.
I'm Gen Z.
And we are two amazing ladies talking about everything, everywhere, according to us.
We in the car again. It's warm in here and it's cold outside. I don't like that. Thought we could have a nice little enjoying the fresh autumn air kind of moment. No. My warm southern heart, not doing it. No.
Yeah, it's a bit windy and a little bit brisk, so outside is a non-deal for today.
Exactly. So for our icebreaker, just a quick little question. What music are you really vibing with right now?
You know, with D'Angelo passing, a lot of tributes have been going forth from people who loved him and appreciated his music. I listened to a little bit of October London do a rendition of one of D'Angelo's songs. I think it was Tell Me How You Feel. And of course, worship music. It's a lot of artists from Africa who are just really taking me in, ushering in the presence of the Lord. So I'm excited about that. I was looking at X recently and I saw where there was a Hallelujah challenge from Nathan Bassi. He's an artist and a pastor in Africa. So I was trying to find out the background for that and wasn't able to gather enough information, but a lot of interesting posts on Twitter is coming forth from that group of participants, and I've found a lot of encouragement regarding the challenge. So that was good. Hallelujah challenge. Anything with hallelujah attached to it, I'm there. So yeah, that's about it as far as music is concerned. I'm pretty neutral.
I've been really vibing with, Halle released her album. I didn't listen to it last night. I listened to it this morning. I really like it. Megan's just came out with a new song. It's Lover Girl. Pink Panthers has a mixtape out. Is it a mixtape or is it just like a remix? Something. I don't know. But she got a ton of remixes up there. It's called Fancy Some More. I really like that. But Halle's album, I wanted to talk about that. And I thought it was going to be a bit of a storytelling, a bit, about her first love. I was not disappointed at all. I love the album. The songs are incredible. I don't know which are my top 3 yet. I got to listen to it some more, but I've only listened to it once. I think what for me, I didn't quite get that I expected to get from it was the track list, like the album order. The order of the songs wasn't quite, I think, outside. And the song with Chloe should have been way higher. And Interlude, I think, could have been more towards the middle. But I digress. It's very good and I really like it so far. So we're vibing. We're like this. I love Halle. So
I'll wait for your reviews and you let me know if there's something I may be interested in listening and giving an ear to.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to ask a question. Like, a lot of times artists get inspiration from what they've gone through. Is how they work on their projects, or what they're currently entangled with. And it kind of adds credence to what they're working on,
mm-hmm.
And you see it in the music, in the song, in all songs. Do you think that sometimes there's an issue with oversharing in artistry?
Not in the songs, in the interviews, or online, for sure. Because in the songs, because it's made to be a song. So there'll be like a quick little chorus or whatever, and things are going fine. But Cardi B's Be Careful on Invasion of Privacy, I did feel like was not oversharing, but she talked a lot. Like the whole thing was just about the issue in the relationship and stuff. And like it was as if it was a conversation to Offset, which is totally fine. That's good. But that was like sharing a lot. I feel like if I were asking interview questions, the answers would have been just that song. I mean, I guess write your story however you want to write your story. I've written songs about myself, for myself, that are like me straight up explaining an issue, so I get it. I don't know how I feel about the oversharing. If you can overshare, do it on an interview where you can get paid for it. Where everybody's gonna tune in to see it.
That's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
The same thing with the book. Yeah, like put it in a book and make people buy it and pay for it.
Yes. We need to go back to becoming authors, okay? One song I don't like, I do really like Alone, but for a second when Mariah started singing, I could not tell the difference. They sounded alike in that song. And I guess it's because I haven't listened to Mariah the Scientist in a while, but I was like, y'all sound the same. I can always tell the difference between Chloe and Halle though, so that was fun. I really like So I Can Feel Again. I feel like that should have been higher. Like it should have started off slower and then gotten more into the better things. Like Know About Me, I think could have been a perfect ending song, and Because I Love You could have been a better, should have been right after intro, and I think Overtime could have been lower. Like I want to rearrange like the whole thing, but I've only listened to it once, so I need to go back and like re-listen to it, see if my feelings change. I need more time.
Yeah, you definitely need more time with it. And it's not that we're questioning the artist's choices, we're just adding opinions.
Yeah.
Right? And so everybody's ear is different, everybody's palate is different. And so I've been listening to some It's called R&B Psalms, Grace and Soul. So on the YouTube channel, they have like a playlist, and it's called R&B Psalms. And last year, I was listening to, I guess it was satellite radio. A lot of these type of songs came on, and I was calling it sexy gospel. I was like, what is it with the sexy gospel? Like, it's
Drop
just...
it low for Jesus.
Please stop and never do that again. I was like, this sexy gospel. So here it's like come around again, and I have it on YouTube when you can't control it on the radio. And so I said, okay, let me just listen to a few tunes and see what's what. And I texted my sister and shared it with her because she was trying to figure out what the sexy gospel was, because I kept talking about it last year. So I sent her a sample, and she was just laughing, and she was like, I like it. So it's not that I like it or dislike it. I just, you know, side-eye sexy gospel, like what y'all doing with the R&B songs. I don't know.
R&B should be gospel.
I don't know. I'm listening to original songs, and I don't quite have an opinion yet. You know, I want to give it a fair listen and my full attention before I talk about it in depth. But yeah, that's where I am. And of course, my favorites, Lisa Knowles and the Brown Sisters. Always my go-to is He Brought Me Out in Promises. And so I hang on to those. So I'm kind of staying close to what my spirit needs and what's feeding my heart right now, and what's really landing in a good place for my soul, and just my ears attuned. So I'm in a place right now, so I don't want to do anything outside of what's, you know, feeding me, fueling me, and keeping me close. John 15, just abiding. Lots of worship, and then just this little experiment lately that I've listened to with the R&B songs.
We should be singing about Jesus to an R&B, because R&B stands for rhythm and blues. Okay?
I know, but I think it's like the production as opposed to the lyrics.
Yeah, probably.
But like I said, I want to give it a fair listen before I make any decisions, and just see what's what. I don't want to shoot something down that may, in fact, be, you know, legitimate. So,
right.
We will
have fun with that. I did want to talk about Megan's song "Lover Girl." I do like it. It did have to grow on me though. For that first listen, I was like, wait a minute, why is this the beat? But I do like it, and it seems like it was a song that we're getting to listen to, but she purely wrote for him. She seems to really like him, and I'm happy about that. She's sitting in the WAG section at the basketball games, at the sports ball games, and you can't convince me they ain't been together for like 2 years or something. You know, like they've been together. It seems like they've been together for a while. So this could be their 2-year anniversary, and we'll never know. I think it was really smart for her to hard on this relationship right now, and she's already sitting in the section with the other wives and girlfriends. She already has a deal with the team. It's some sort of promo or something. I don't know. I'm not a sports gal, so I'm really happy for her. That's, you know, that's what she do. She make money moves. That's what she do. She was in hiding, and she sat down and she calmed down, and she spent some time with her relationship and enjoyed it in private by herself. And now that she's ready to share it with the world, she's like, I'm gonna capitalize.
So she'll put it in her music.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's her job. It's what she does. So.
Yeah, I did. Sure would.
I think the main thing for any artist and any individual, whatever industry you're in, focus on your lane.
Yeah.
Focus on your lane. When you're in pursuit of purpose and destiny, focus on your lane. Be planted where you can bloom, where you can grow, where you mature, and as people of faith, where you please the Lord, and where your faith can expand and be elevated. So I think that's important.
Yeah, she's doing pretty good. I'm very happy for her. I hope this continues. Like, I hope this is a really good relationship for her. They go as far as, you know, they want to go with it. So that would be, I think this is really good for her. He seems really calm and kind of gentle. He's called her a sweet lady. What I really want is for her to learn how to swim. Girl, you can't be on all of these boats and yachts, and he was taking her fishing on the boat, and she went in life vest. He talking about something, you want to get in? She's like, no. Ma'am, learn how to swim. Stop playing with me.
Yeah.
That'd be so cute. Oh, with them fishing and stuff. Adorable. I wanted to tell you, so you know how I be up with the space telescope and everything like that, you know, I be up in the stores. So allegedly / apparently, Earth, that they're advertising it as Earth having a second moon. It's really just an asteroid that's kind of become our orbit buddy, and it's just kind of like wavering between us and the sun, because it's, you know, the differing gravity fields and whatnot. But it's going to be with us until 2083. It's already been with us for like a while, but they've just now figured out that it's traveling with us specifically. So that's really interesting. We've got our own little asteroid
space buddy.
Yeah.
As we travel through space and just move all the time. I read about a recent meteor shower that people were talking about.
It happened on, was it this past Monday?
I think it was.
I think it was.
I think I read about it over the weekend. Yeah, I didn't see any pictures. I really didn't look it up. I just kind of let that pass because I've been focusing on tornadoes and different tropical storms, hurricanes, and just...
Hurricanes, yeah.
Oh my goodness, because it's that season, that time of year, and I like to, you know, take authority over those things and just war against their impact, and that they would die out into the sea where there's no flooding and death and ruining property and loss of life and all those type of things. I'm still concerned and interceding for Alaska because those floodwaters. Yeah. And I saw an interview from someone, and she was saying it was still without power. So this was several days ago. So I'll need to check up again and see, you know, if any progress has been made, just to update us.
Yeah, they were watching their little houses float away. Like, imagine Hurricane Harvey and Katrina and all of that happened up there, and very few people are talking about it.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's a lot going on around the world, and the world has become smaller with the internet and social media, because we can be in touch with real people in real time, you know, with the exception of time zone changes, but in real situations, whether it's tragedy or whether it's celebrations. So there's just an onslaught of information, and we have to remain prayerful and also pull away just for downtime so that we're not overstimulated or overwhelmed by what we have access to in terms of information. And, you know, I was thinking about something, somebody brought up a good point with the whole ICE situation. And we've read about instances where they've kind of taken into custody people who were actual American citizens, right? Yeah, which was an issue. And someone was taken and dropped off, you know, mistaken to be an immigrant or whatever, or someone seeking asylum, or someone here legally, whatever it is, and just dropped off in some part of Africa. Like, it was really weird. And so those type of things, like when errors of that nature slip through the cracks, I'm always wondering, like, how long does it take for somebody to return, you know, to get in touch with their family? Because cell phones kind of spoil us. We don't go as far as remembering numbers by heart like we used to. So imagine you're somewhere and you got to try to find an American embassy. You know, you got to convince the people, first of all, that you're not a criminal and that you're not into anything illegal and all of that. So that just kind of flushed at me a bit. And then someone brought up on X about which neighborhoods are being targeted in certain cities. And then they were talking about, are they just mostly targeting Latinos, but are they looking at other ethnicities? And so they brought up pockets of areas, I want to say, or communities in Brooklyn, Polish people, Russian people, just, you know, Albanian, Algerian, just whomever, wherever, in different parts of boroughs. You know, like, who are they looking for? Is it just equal across the board, or is it just all Latino people or Latina people?
It's people of color.
And I think we need to see some stats on that. So I'm going to look that up over the weekend if there are any stats to be found. Because I don't understand the overall strategy. I get the generalized mission, so to speak, regarding this, because we want to capture those who are here illegally and they're criminals and so forth. You know, and then people in asylum, like, what stage of asylum are we actually capturing them at all? Or just what stage of asylum can somebody be captured? Just what are the nuances? And then I want to know how many other groups of people are here illegally and they're being targeted. They're being
it's not about illegal people. It's about people of color. What they're doing, the Heritage Foundation and everyone who's back in the current administration, what they're doing is trying to change the definition of American to white. Okay, they're not coming for Irish people, Ireland. They're not coming for Irish people, for Italians, for British people here. No. If you're colored, if you're brown, if you're yellow, if you're blue, if you're not white, they're coming for you.
And people have said that, but I want to know. I want to know, are there stats? Are there numbers? I'm not refuting the truth. but I want proof. And I understand that it can be a garbage in, garbage out situations, because statistics can say what you want them to say and numbers can be skewed. But there needs to be more talk and more discussion that I would like to see regarding it, because this individual brought up an interesting point. And I was like, yeah, because being from New York is a melting pot. It's really representative of our country. We have every ethnicity and people group there. And so my children grew up around everybody. They went to school with different ethnicities, you know, melanated, non-melanated people. And the same with me and my family members. So when we moved to the South, I hadn't taught my kids about racism because it was a metropolis, like I said, of cultures and categories of people. And it was when my son would come home and say, Mommy, the teachers only reprimand or punish the black kids. Whenever something is going on, there's a group of us and they'll only target us, and it's not us, you know, or it's not only us. And I was like, oh my gosh, my heart was broken. I was like, I taught them different things, but I didn't bring up racism. I just figured, you know, everywhere was the same. And especially around children, you don't want to single out children, and you don't want to heap a bunch of punishment or discrimination or whatever it is on children. You want to preserve their innocence. So that really set me back. And from then on, like, my antennas were up, you know, to discriminatory things and just what would go on. I remember my daughter being in high school, and she called me on the phone really distraught. I was at work about 45 minutes away from where we lived and where she was in school, and she was really upset and distraught about a joke that was told, quote unquote joke, that was, you know, had racial undertones, and it was just a bigoted joke from a classmate. And she was disturbed by it, and I was as well. And I was sorry that I wasn't closer to go immediately up to that school. But I did call the principal when I got off the phone with her. And I gave him a hard and quick earful, you know, about tolerance and about respect and that type of thing. I was like, something needs to be done, because I'm not going to have my child under fire because you all don't want to dot your I's and cross your T's around this. It was really bad. So, you know, that man was breathing so hard on that phone. Okay, I'm going to take care of it. And I followed through and followed up to make sure that he did, you know. And so, I mean, I understand that we can't change people, we can't control people, but there ought to be protocols and guidelines and policies. We're going to live on this earth, this bustling earth, because we're not asteroids or meteorites where we can just float around in space. No, if we're going to live on this earth that belongs to the Lord, then we got to find a way to live cohesively. And if respect is all we're gonna have, and if that's gonna be the mutuality, then we better rock out with it. Absolutely. You know, so it shouldn't, you know, go unnoticed. But I wanna know who else is getting snatched up and taken to these so-called camps and different things and put on planes or whatever. Like, I want to know. I want to look into that more deeply. I'm going to pay more attention to it. Oh, and one more thing. I read something about the military, and according to Reuters, President Trump said that some anonymous donor called him up and offered him $130 million in order to pay the salaries of the military because of the government shutdown. And I thought, wow, that's interesting. Like, is that coming from a citizen of our country, or is it from somebody outside of the country who is offering $130 million to pay the military? And I believe that the military should go without pay. I also believe that their pay should be suitable for where they live, and so that they don't have to be on SNAP benefits or WIC as military personnel.
Hello, you already work for the government and you're on government assistance?
Like, right, on government assistance, and then with this shutdown, you're not even getting a salary. We need a donation of $130 million to pay them. That's absurd to me.
But we're giving millions to Argentina for some reason.
Really? And what happened to all the money that was brought in from tariffs? Now, I will reiterate, I am neither a donkey or an elephant, and I believe good and evil can come from every administration, so I'm not taking sides here. I belong to the Lord. But I want to point out things that are questionable and that I have questions about. So what type of negotiations are really happening? You know, what are the Democrats holding up? What are the Republicans holding up? What are they fighting about? What are they in conflict about? Because every time I tune in to, you know, one of their sessions or sessions with committees that they have within Congress, it's always nonsense.
It's nonsense.
It's just a word salad. They give you like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, or a minute, 2 minutes, whatever it is, to question somebody who has come up before Congress or to bring up some situation, and nothing ever gets resolved. They're either ignorant on the side of Congress, or they're lying and withholding on the side of the witnesses or the speakers that have been brought in because they're calling a carpet about something. It's ridiculous to me. Like, how is anything being taken care of?
It's not. That's why the government shut down. For our second longest shutdown yet, and the first longest one was in Trump's first presidency.
There has to be a better way.
So he's setting a great precedent.
At this point, with every administration, there's been a shutdown for whatever length of time. And there has to be a strategy to avoid these going forward, because so many people are being affected. Now, if you work for an institution or organization or corporation, whatever it is, you know, adjacent to the military or dependent upon people who are in the military and they've been furloughed or whatever, then that money is tracking through people who are not even in the government, not even employed by the government. So, I mean, there's just like a ripple effect throughout communities everywhere.
Yeah.
And to see the lines at the food banks,
they're already being overwhelmed, and it's a holiday season.
Right.
So people are gearing up for Thanksgiving already, and is there enough to go around? With inflation, people not being able to buy as much as they could before, people are not able to donate as much as before, but more and more people need donations. So where are they going to be getting it from? If can't nobody buy and can't nobody donate,
then what's going on? And I don't believe in a scarcity mindset at all.
No.
I do not. But it's this maliciousness of not having a plan, not having a strategy to avoid this type of thing. These stoppages and blockages because of ego and corruption. It's just all perverse to me. It really is, and it's shameful.
It's a part of the problem.
It's shameful.
They planned for something like this. Project 2025 was such a long document. I'm sorry, I couldn't get all the way through it.
I could not read the whole thing. I'm not even going to pretend.
Oh my goodness. But it was and that's probably by design. It was very convoluted and is very, very detailed. We had to break out a dictionary and a thesaurus to try and get through that thing. They don't want you to spend all 80 hours trying to read it. Because now here we are and we're like, wow, this is crazy. Oh, but you know what? It's listed in chapter this, section this, paragraph this, that this is exactly how they planned how things are going to happen. They've been planning for this for years, and Democrats have had a lot of time to stop it and haven't done anything. So
yeah, and I mean, there's enough blame to go around across the parties.
There plenty is.
I mean, it's just ridiculous at this point. We're a republic, and so the people who are representing the people are not doing what they're supposed to do.
We're an oligarch. Actually, they're pushing towards a dictatorship. Someone who is supposed to be a temporary resident is destroying half of the most important building in our entire country. Yes, the White House, I would say, is legally the most important building in our country. To build $1 million, it's like $250 million or something for a ballroom. You're gonna be gone in a few years, or you're supposed to be gone in a few years. So why do you need a ballroom?
People who get that position, become president or whatever, they always want to leave something with their name or their stamp on it. So they'll build a library or something. They'll make some changes with the White House. President Obama put in a basketball court, like he took away the tennis court or did something. Then someone else put a rose garden and they took away the rose garden and put something else.
Rose garden.
I mean, there's always something. I'm just saying the timing could not be any worse. Because people are looking at money being spent, money being collected, money being spent, money not allocated in the right way. Everything needs to come under examination. And the Most High said that, you know, everything that could be shaken would be shaken. And so there's a big shakeup, and none of that is comfortable or convenient. It's a big shape up. But my prayer is that what is shaken, what systems are shaken and shaken out of place, and things that are torn down, that what will be rebuilt or what foundations relaid will please him. It'll be in his will, and that it'll be shaped after his mind and after his heart. Because we know that the Lord is on our side. When you're on his side, he's on your side. And so we know we can count on him. And it brings me to the point of voting. There has to be voting in these local elections. People want to vote every 4 years for the presidency, but what about the local election?
And the midterms are coming up actually this time around next year, and what they're doing is they're trying to take away the voting power of a lot of Americans. They already rigged the election. We all know they rigged the election. He literally said that Elon helped him rig the election. He's trying to take away our vote so we can't take away him. These are not the moves of someone who's going to be gone in 4 years. These are the moves of someone who wants to be a dictator long into the future.
Well, when he lost to Biden, he said that the Democrats rigged. And so then when he won this time, now they said the Republicans rigged. I knew
They did.
that he was going to have a second term. I just didn't know when or how it was going to play out. So,
I wish it was Kamala.
you know, the thing, I don't.
And I don't love Kamala, but would Kamala be doing all of this? I really don't think she would.
I don't know. If it wouldn't be all of this, it would be all of something else.
It would be something else.
Things
It'd
are
probably
just
be more like Biden.
but
Nothing really happened.
Yeah, but things are just out of pocket. And I think this country is out of control. And because of the prayers of the righteous that are going to be effective and effectual and avail much, bring good results, there has to be drastic and major changes. It cannot keep going in this direction. So the fact that this is not a Christian nation or a nation of people of the way, I'll say it that way. Because Christian can mean this and Christian can mean that, but I'll say people of the way or people of the way of Yahusha. There has to be drastic changes and upsets and removals and restoration and something new and all those type of things. So yeah, I'm ready for the new, and I don't want the old. I don't want the familiar, personally or, you know, societally.
We need change.
Yeah, we do.
Across the board.
Across the board.
In like every area of our lives.
Every area.
One change I'm very glad about making personally is anxiety. I have been defeating anxiety all the time. It's been such a fantastic week, and yes, I feel kind of like I'm in a house and the entire neighborhood is on fire, but I'm in the house and I'm just, this is fine.
Are you fireproof?
I am. In fact, I am. I am protected. I'm doing great. Very happy, very proud of myself. I talked to the super cute guy at the gym the other day.
Oh,
you know,
gosh.
I was reeling. Oh my God. That was such a fantastic victory for me after socializing with the other ladies in the gym. So that was like twice. That was twice. And then
So you're
3 times.
defeating your social anxieties?
Yes. Yes, I am not afraid to talk to strangers. Well, I am still afraid to talk to strangers, but it's not that bad. You know, I was going to talk to him again today, but he was busy. But I rehearsed my whole speech like 18 times. I'm not even joking. I genuinely was like, okay, so here's how I'm going to start. And then we're going to go into, no, I don't like that. I'm going to go, it's like writing a script. I need to do that. I write scripts all the time. That's like how I function. So that's what I had to do. That makes me less nervous if I know what I'm going to say, you know, because otherwise if I start going off the rails, like I said, I've talked about this before in the video where I talked about my 3 trains experience between thinking, imagining, and talking, and these 3, they need to be on the same track or I look insane. And I don't want to look insane, you know. I want to look cool and calm and collected and fierce, you know.
Well, congratulations. I share in your happiness because I told you what, if you don't confront it, you won't conquer it.
And I need to conquer it. I'm a conqueror. I'm a big, strong, independent black woman. I can do anything.
We are more than conquerors through Yahushua HaMashiach. He
Strengthens
strengthens us. So that's for everybody. Don't deny it.
Yeah.
Confront it and conquer it. Whatever it is.
You too are a strong, independent black woman and you can do anything.
Not if they're a man.
Mom.
Let's give everybody play. We love you, listeners and viewers. Thank you so much to our subscribers and those of you who are about to subscribe. Thank you for everyone who's sharing and who is participating with us. All right, so we want to hear what you want to rant about and what you're concerned with. But thanks for being here, and we look forward to seeing you right back here on the channel.
Bye.
Be well, be good. Bye.